What's up, alexy1 here playing Machinegun in a 3-minute game, and we get the Sicilian, which is fun. The dragon here, and I usually play my knights as e2 in this variation. This e6 is somewhat strange. It's not the main move here. Yeah, I thought that was the plan. So now the issue is, can I just hold on to this pawn? I don't know. For now though, I am a pawn up. He's probably gonna play... Oh, what is he gonna play? Rook e5? Bishop d7? I don't know. Where's that rook going? I want to go bishop d4 here. But yeah, he's just gonna double his rooks, I guess, on this pawn now. See, if I went bishop d4, that wouldn't have happened. Still, this is okay. He doesn't really threaten anything yet, as far as I can see. So I'm gonna go h3 next. Oh no, I'm not. Oh, maybe I am still. Yeah, h3 is nice. Because he can't really take on g3. He can't take. I've pre-moved it, but he won't. Now we can take there, or we can take here, or we can even play d6. So many options. Take there. And play d6. Now let's just double rooks. So luckily enough, we still hold on to the pawn. Now we've got an ending here, heavy pieces ending. Being a pawn up, still hard to win this. Especially as this pawn is very close to his king. So he's just gonna move his king up and try and win the pawn. And it works. I'm somewhat hanging on to this pawn here on a7. I want to play rook e2 maybe. Seems like a nice move, because I think all the pawn endings are winning because I have an outside pass pawn. So if he plays king takes, we have rook d3, and if he doesn't take, we're gonna play rook d3, and he can't really take ever. I'm checking here now. Yeah, see, he doesn't want to take because he knows the pawn ending is losing. So his king here isn't really threatening anything. I'm gonna go h4. Yeah, this is just winning because he can't really move anything. If rook h7, I'm just gonna go d7. Now I'm just gonna go h5. Move my king up. Check again, maybe. Maybe even h6 here. Yeah. Now h7. Yeah. So that was a pretty fun game. Pretty instrumental as well. So let's have a look. So this is the Sicilian, obviously. He's attacking the center on well, he's attacking the center, he's not in the center. So usually in the old days people just play d5 automatically because you have to control the center, but you can also control it from the outside, from the c file or f file. But now though, I have a pawn in the center and he doesn't. Still, that's not really an issue here. This is the accelerated dragon. The normal dragon is like this. But yeah. Or, sorry. I'm mistaken. This is the normal dragon. But this is the accelerated one. It's a pretty fun line actually. I played a c4 here, which is a Maroxy. So in a Sicilian, black usually wants to put a pawn on d5. But now it's even harder. He tried in the game and he somewhat accomplished. I think he had some draw somewhere. But yeah. So there's another line here with bishop e3. But I feel like there's something like knight g4 here, yeah. Which I don't really like. So if we take knight takes d4. And black is doing okay. It's a highly theoretical line though. But I just want to avoid all that and just play knight c2. I like this line. Knight f6, knight c3. So white is essentially saying this knight here on c6 was only attacking my knight and isn't doing anything here. Whereas my knight can jump to e3, controlling d5. As well as just, in some lines, it's even essential for this knight to defend the rook. I'll show that line in a second. So the normal move here is castle. Bishop e2, sorry for the pointer there. d6, castle, and here, this is the main, well, the main moves here, and black has two main options, knight d7 and bishop e6. Knight d7, and here, in this line you'll see why this knight has to be on c2 as well. Because of this move here. And this knight on c2 defends this b4 pawn, essentially making it possible to play this. It is a pawn sacrifice though. But this bishop here is worth the extra pawn black has. This bishop is super strong, threatening to just make the king in some variations. And yeah, this is somewhat of the reason why I play this. Pretty fun line. However, he went e6, which I don't really know. I thought he'd well, he'd support this d5 break, but I just thought since this isn't the main move, I should make some normal moves and be okay. Which yeah, d5 takes. d6 is possible. I thought d6, knight f5, and then what? Put bishop f4, and we're somewhat winning this, I guess. Yeah, we're just holding that pawn. I went knight e3, which should be fine as well. I thought he'd maybe go bishop h6, just trying to take this and then take d5, and I thought, well, let him. If he takes, we get a nice bishop on his king side and be okay. Instead he went knight f5. Yeah, knight e4 is a nice move here maybe. Opening up his bishop towards my pawn structure. If we take, he's gonna win d5, so maybe queen b3. Just like in the game. He can't really take now, because I take with the pawn and then I can support this this beast. So he went rook e8, bishop e5. this is a nice move, if this works. So what if queen f3? There are some tricky stuff here, revolving around queen b6 and taking on c3 and taking on e3, all of the kinds. This bishop e5 as well. It's just trying to mate me. Well, yeah, mate me essentially. Huh, it's interesting. It's a nice sacrifice. Takes, knight g4. Queen e2, bishop e5. And then just h3. So if my queen were on f3, after h3 he'd have knight h2. Now it doesn't. So yeah, queen b6 then. And then knight d1, just holding everything. I doubt I'd find this in a blitz game. In a normal game I'd give myself a fair chance. So rook takes e3 is an interesting move here. But for now we're hanging on to the pawn. This knight g4 now, yeah, it's pretty annoying. Because he wants to just take here. And if he gets to do that, my pawn structure is a mess. And we don't want that. So knight g4, knight f4, bishop f4, sorry. And then b6. Oh yeah, queen f5 here. Okay, bishop g3, normal enough. And this isn't really threatening anything. So at first I wanted to take here, but then I thought maybe he can do something like this. But it's nonsense. I thought there'd be something here. Knight takes f2, but yeah, there isn't even a clear threat here. Well, there's one really clear threat. For instance, if I go something like I don't know, d6. This is the threat. Anyways, I just went for the safer option. Played this, so if he takes here now, we're just gonna take back. Then we're gonna take on g4. So instead he went knight f6. And then we took, played d6. So now we're clearly a pawn up, and we're gonna try and get our pawn moving towards the finish line. Okay, so it seems d7 is winning here. Let's see, why is it winning? If rook d8, which is the normal move, rook f e1, queen somewhere, knight d5. So if knight takes d7, there should be a... Aha, this is a pretty sick move. Just attacking f7 indirectly, threatening knight f6 check. King f8, and then just queen f3. Yeah, this is pretty sick. It all seems to work. Okay, I just went for the safer option again. And here we just went into the ending, but rook e2 just wins a piece. Yeah, it just clearly wins a piece. With this move. This move I hadn't seen. Knight c5. Takes, and then rook e5. Wow, that is pretty sick. So if he takes, we're gonna queen, so he has to go rook d8, and then we're just gonna take his knight. So let me just point it out. Here the rook can't go to d5 defending this, he can't go to e8 defending this, and he can't go to e1 d1 because the knight is just totally dominating the rook. It's pretty sick. To be frank, I didn't really look at that. I just saw this ending and this should easily be winning, but maybe it's not. Because from here on out, it seems like he's doing okay. Until this move, and now he's losing again. Because now all the endings are losing. Yeah, this was his last option, I guess. I was gonna go rook d7, d3, but then he has king d7, and now he's holding. So maybe I should have went rook e3 instead of rook e2. Because then my rook is already ideally placed, and takes rook h7 doesn't work here because of h4. And the same tricks as in the game apply. Takes d7 here, and the ending still wins. But we'll get to that ending in a second. So yeah, this is somewhat of the interesting point here. Yes, he also has this move here, but then we're gonna take on a7. I thought this should be winning as well. Rook h7 seems to hold still. But yeah, so if he takes here, this is easily winning because of the fact that I have my passed pawn, which I can create, is out on the outside of the other pawn. So when your passed pawn, he has one passed pawn and I have one, but mine is farther away from the center. So well, let me just show you. If he wants to defend this pawn, and now this king is closer to the center and to the other pawns, so we're just gonna snag these two pawns and we'll be two pawns up and we'll just win. So that's essentially why this pawn ending is winning, and why he can't really take here with the king. There isn't really any other way for him to play here. Yeah, he can still try f4 here maybe. But yeah, this is also, luckily enough for me, we're still holding. Because we're just up a pawn. So yeah, these pawn endings are just bad for him. So that's why he can't really take on d6. But if he can't take there, he's in a bind, and he'll get zugzwanged. As you see in the game, this king doesn't really threaten anything. The best place for the king would be behind the pawn, and he'd have to go like e6, f7, e8, d8 in order for that to happen, and then we still can play d7. But yeah, that's maybe essentially what he has to do. So now we're getting our outside passed pawn rolling. So if you went rook h7 here, we just go d7. And again, get into this pawn ending, which is easily winning. So went king e5. We can just check here as well, but then we have to go back the next move, and it doesn't really achieve anything. Could check and hope he takes, but he'll just play king f6, and we have to go back. So instead h5, king f6, and just king f4. So if you went b5 for instance, one move is h6. This is also easily winning because now our king is entering the fray. But it is more of my style to just somewhat wait him out and just see what happens. Don't even allow this. And now h6. And just h7 the next move, and done. So instead he went king e6, h6. And yeah, now it's just easy. And he resigned. So yeah, pretty sweet game. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have some comments or whatnot, just mention them. If you want me to play any openings, mention it as well. I'll try and get that going. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.